witches, welcome back to the channel. It's the Wyld Witch here. I hope that you're all doing amazing. So today I planned on transplanting some vegetables, and I was guided to share this information with you guys. I've already checked the planetary alignments for my area to make sure that today would be a good day to transplant everything, and I am good to go. So I thought that I would, share it with you since I was guided to do so, and this will help you guys if, say, you don't have a yard or you don't want to grow a big garden, or you just want something indoors, or if you're like me, I just like trying to grow things different ways and see how like what grows faster, what works better, all that good jazz. So I grow some vegetables in my windowsill, and I've played around with them to see, what works best, like growing it in water or soil, or keeping it in water the whole time, or transplanting it, and on and on and on. So these are a couple of things that I've been growing in the windowsill, and they're very easy to grow. So I want to show you guys. So if you'll give me just a second, I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay. So, as you can see, well, you might not be able to see good. Anyway, y'all had to look over my little bougie setups I got here because I didn't have any toothpicks. So, if you want to do this one way that's very simple and effective is to use toothpicks. But like I said, I was out of toothpicks, so I had to use these little corn cob holders because and a fork, because I was not going to the store to get it. So anyway, this is lettuce, and as you can see, I have it in this cup of water. So what you want to do is cut your lettuce and then peel off. See right here where I've taken some of the lettuce off right there. Okay, you want to do that or it's going to rot. And you want to fill up your water just to where the root is going to go down in the water. And then you just put this in your windowsill or in a sunny spot. Now you can try a whole bunch of different vegetables and see what you can get to grow. That's pretty much what I did, experimenting, and so far I've got lettuce to grow. Now I just did this morning, I just did this, like took this off and put it in here, and this, for me, I can get the lettuce to grow in 2 days. You can see, let me show you over here. So, you see this little leaf down here, this little sprout coming out. So in about a day, you'll see about half of that. In 2 days' time, it'll be about this size or a little bit bigger. But anyway, so yeah, so this is the lettuce, and it normally will start, coming around on the edges and the sides, down here on the root as well. Alright, so let me scoot this guy over. Oh, and one thing that I want to mention too is whenever you like if you're going to use toothpicks, I found the best way to do it is to angle, your toothpicks in like this, so you can let your plant go down in the water some, but it's still, braced, and it's not flush. Like, see this one, see how this is straight? So with the toothpicks, you can angle it, down like this, and it works great. Okay, now I wanted to show you, because I've already planted one lettuce. We've picked off of this, we've made veggie burgers a couple of times, and was able to go ahead and pick some of the leaves off. Now this is the lettuce, which is, just like this one over here. So yeah, like I said, we've picked off of it twice, and you can see where it's already starting to, grow back, and then up here. So yeah, so now what I do, now this is completely up to you how you choose to do this, but what I do is once my plant has established good roots, or it's got like pretty good size leaves on it, and then hold on, I'm trying to show you a good root. So once it has that, I will go ahead and transplant it into dirt. Now I have kept things like, for instance, I did an onion, and I did green onions. But anyway, I left it in the water the whole time, and that worked great. But I like to transplant mine and put in soil. So that's going to be up to you. Play around with it and see what works best for you. So, like I said, once I normally about 3 weeks or so is well, I'm gonna take that back. It's not 3 weeks on each one. I would have to get my notebook and see exactly when it is. But because I was looking at the avocado. So yeah, the lettuce, I think it was about a week and a half or so before I transplanted it. But yeah, if you want to know that information, like, comment down below, and I can get my notebook and see, because I write down all of this. Because like I said, I've been experimenting, to see what all I could grow in water to start. So anyway, all right, so that's your lettuce. Ooh. Okay, now this here, and I'm going to transplant it today. But this is bok choy. And so you can see that there's a little sprout coming here, and so here's some roots that are growing. But yeah, I'll just take this out of the water and plant it in some soil. And now I'll continue to grow these in my windowsill in the kitchen. And then, you can just snip off what you want. All right, so let me show you this carrot. Now this is my second time. Hold on. Shit. Okay, this is my second time with the carrot, because the first time I did the carrot, once the roots started, it was, I don't know, maybe a day or 2 days, maybe 2 days. But anyway, once the roots started, they were not this big yet, but they started to rot in the water. So I had to get rid of that one, and I started again. And as soon as I noticed the roots, starting to grow, I would take it out and let it dry off a little bit, and then I would put it back in. So this did not take no time to grow. So if you do grow carrots, I don't know if yours will work staying, just in the water and continuously growing, or if you need to transplant it. But for me personally, I'm gonna have to transplant it, because I'm afraid that the little roots right here will rot if I don't go ahead and get it out of the water and transplant it. So, and what I did with it with the fork, I kept it where it was just barely any water. And see, when I first started, I had used a big cup, like this one. And then I went down to a measuring cup. And then when I had the fork in it, it was like this. So it was barely in water. So it was mainly just, this part when it first started that was in water. And this took no time to grow too. So hopefully we'll get some carrots. We'll see. I did a sweet potato like this, and now I've got a huge sweet potato vine. It's outside, and the leaves are bigger than my hand. That's my hand size. See where I smash my finger? Okay, now let me show you this avocado. Now, the avocado took the longest to grow, and I've heard people leaving it in water the whole entire time, but you can see this root. So I'm going to go ahead, or the sprout, so you can see the inside right there. So I'm going to go ahead and transplant it. Now, you have to be super, super, super careful if you've never grown an avocado like this, because it is very, very, very delicate. But, so again, some people leave it in the water the whole entire time and grow it like that. I'm going to transplant mine. Now, one thing that I would say, well, one thing that I did with trying to grow avocados, was I took that shell, I took it off whenever I started. It seemed to help the seed split quicker, and so I took it off. And you want to put the like the flat bottom part of your avocado, you want to put it in the water. So, and then where it's kind of like pointed, the top, that's what you want to be your top. Now, one thing that I would suggest to do every day is to change your water. I normally, when I wake up in the mornings, that's one of the first things I do. So I walk around and water all of my plants, indoors and outdoors, and I go ahead and change the water out of all of these. Now, I've tried lettuce, bok choy, cabbage, sweet potatoes, onion, avocado. I think that's it. I don't know if I said carrots or not. But anyway, those are the things that I've tried. So I know every one of those will work. You might want to play around with it, and see what works good for you, like the best location. Like I do mine in the windowsill in my kitchen. It gets really good light in there. So yeah, and like I said, before, like I did have to play around with these, seeing what would grow, what wouldn't grow, like how, to keep the vegetables the freshest as they're growing, and that comes with, changing the water every single day. You might even, like I use a purified water, spring water, with it, but that's totally up to you. So anyway, I hope that you like this video, you guys. You can start growing, some vegetables. I know some of my subscribers live in apartments and they really don't have anywhere to grow. So I hope this helps you out and you can start growing some amazing vegetables. But until next time, I hope that you fly high, witches. Peace out.